Hi, I'm Movie Man. I'm an octopus who reviews movies, and today's review is going to be on. So, let's get into my thoughts on The Flash. Um, I mean, I think that the cinematography and the editing, the cinematography is good enough. The editing, however, isn't really the best though, because there's actually scenes all throughout the film where the frame rate kind of changes a bit, and it can kind of get a little distracting and stuff, honestly. And then there's the movie's pace. Now this is a pretty long film, being 2 hours and 24 minutes long. Um, and to be honest, you can kind of feel the runtime alright. But I wasn't too bothered by it though. Um, the score in this film was actually pretty solid, honestly. Um, yeah, I thought that's it had honestly genuinely really good scorings. There were some nice songs that they added into the film, so overall, yeah, I thought the score in the movie was very good. Now there's the visual effects, and oh my god, the visual effects in this movie are absolutely horrible. Like, I'm not joking. This film has genuinely some of the worst visual effects I have seen in a major Hollywood blockbuster. I know that's one problem that a lot of people have with some of the recent MCU movies is that the CGI and the visual effects there notably getting much worse. Well, at least in most of the films, anyways. Now the visual effects in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 were brilliant. I praised them massively in my review, which you may remember. But I will say though that the visual effects in some of the other recent MCU films could definitely be improved quite a bit, especially in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Cause oh boy, the CGI and the visual effects in that movie really could have been improved quite a bit. But if you thought that the visual effects in all those movies were bad, oh boy, the visual effects in The Flash are so terrible that it makes the visual effects in Ant-Man the Wasp: Quantumania look like the visual effects from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 in comparison. Oh my god. The CGI in this film is just absolutely horrible. Jesus, I actually could not believe the visual effects in this movie were this bad. This bad, for example, there's one scene in the movie where Supergirl is she's fighting off a bunch of baddies and stuff, and oh my god, the scene literally looks like it was taken right out of a video game. And just, and how can we forget that scene at the beginning of the movie where Flash is saving those babies? Oh my gosh. I would still recommend you to watch this film just so you can watch that scene alone. Oh my gosh. Um, and like, I mean, considering that this film has like many delays, they easily could have spent the extra time they had like fixing up the CGI, making it look better, but I guess they just couldn't be bothered. And what makes it even worse is that the director of the film, Andy Muschietti, he has even gone as far as to actually defend the film for having such terrible CGI by stating that, oh, because like whenever the Flash is like running, like his whole world, it kind of looks very like weird, like so to us the viewers it's meant to look weird, but I don't believe that for even a second. No, he's just coming up with excuses there. Um, but yeah, like the visual effects in this movie are just absolutely horrible. So then there's the characters. So of course you've seen the trailer. There's actually two Barry Allens, and Barry from the original timeline. There's a scene in the film where like he's speaking with Batfleck, and Batfleck is telling him about like messing with time travel, and like you have no, if you go back and change something, you have no idea what the consequences of your actions could be. But Barry just still goes ahead and he just does it anyway. Like he just doesn't. He doesn't take in a word of what Batfleck tells him. Now I understand that his mother is like important to him and everything, but still though, Jesus. And like the other Barry though, all from the new timeline, I'll admit he is actually kind of cool. Like he comes across as kind of he has this sort of like douchebag behavior to him. Like he comes off like a bit of a dweeb or something, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like it. And I do think that Ezra Miller did a good performance as Flash. His performance as Barry Allen could have been a bit better, but I did think he did a good job as the Flash. Not and I mean, thankfully this film, it actually was able to make me forget about all of Ezra Miller's real life controversies. So at least it did that. Now of course this film, it also shows the return of Michael Keaton as Batman, and I mean, I thought he was good. Like I know he was kind of just brought back for like nostalgia and everything, but I'm not gonna lie though, I think Michael Keaton, I think like, he definitely has a lot of fun in the role, and he acts as like he was just never gone. Like with all the new like technology and all the new stunt work that has been advanced since he played Batman last over 30 years ago. Like he's kicking more ass than he ever did in the Tim Burton films. So yeah, Michael Keaton he definitely has a lot of fun in the role. So at least there's that. We also see Supergirl in this movie as well. And I really liked her. I thought she was very good. I thought Sasha Calle did a very good performance, honestly. We briefly get to see Barry's parents in the movie, and I thought the two of them were pretty good from the scenes that they got. This film, we also see the return of Michael Shannon as General Zod, and like he was good. Like he actually did. I did like what they did with him because he didn't look any older than he did 10 years ago when Man of Steel came out. The only problem I had with General Zod in the movie is that I feel like the film just didn't do enough with him, honestly. Like, I feel like it really could have done a lot more with him, like, actually, like, show more of his character, like, add things to him that we never got to see in Man of Steel, so, while it was nice to see him again, I felt the movie could have done a bit more with him, honestly. So the characters were solid, not amazing, but I thought they were mostly very solid. The plot, now there's the plot of the film. Now, I'll be honest, like, now this is the first ever, like, theatrical Flash movie. Because up until now, most of the other, like, DC superheroes, like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Shazam, they've all had movies, but the Flash hasn't. So this is the very first Flash live action theatrical movie. And I'm gonna be honest, for the very first Flash live action theatrical movie, like, they decided to adapt the Flashpoint storyline where, Barry runs back in time, saves his mother from being murdered, and he returns back in the future. He's now made is like much worse. Really? That was the storyline that we came up with for the first Flash movie? Like, really? So yeah, I thought it was pretty weak that, like, for the very first Flash movie that's being released in the cinema, we're adapting the Flashpoint storyline. Like, I feel like we really could have, saved that for later on. Now, obviously, I know that, like, the DCU is almost over. After this movie, there's only Blue Beetle and Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom, and then the whole franchise just being rebooted. So I know that technically it doesn't really matter, but still, though, they could have gone with a better storyline for the Flash movie, honestly. And then there's, like, the narrative structure, like, again, I don't think this plot, like, should have developed this as, like, the very first Flash movie, but, like, the main problem about Flash is like, I mean, it is fun seeing, like, the two Barry Allens and two of them interact. I thought that was, like, fun. I thought, like, the plots about Michael Keaton and Supergirl, like, I mean, they were solid enough plot points, but, like, I like that we didn't really focus on them too enough, and I also think that, like, they really could have focused a lot more on General Zod, to be honest. So I thought that aspect of the film was pretty weak, honestly. Overall, The Flash is not a bad movie, it's not really a bad film in my opinion, because I will say that I thought the humor in it was very good. I won't tell you it was actually very entertaining in my opinion. And I mean, like, I thought the film had solid enough characters, but I just feel like we could have gone with a better, like, Flash storyline to adapt into a film, like having this be the very first, like, Flash movie, and, having it be, like, based on the Flashpoint storyline. I just think that part's kind of weak, honestly, and also just the visual effects were just, they were absolutely terrible. They really could have gone back and fixed the visual effects, but they just couldn't be bothered to. And that director is like also just, he just came up with excuses. And that same director is also, he's also going to be directing like Batman the Brave and the Bold, which is like going to be one of the new films in the new DC universe. And after watching The Flash, I am kind of skeptical about him directing Batman the Brave and the Bold now. And now I will be hopeful, like maybe he can make it a good film, but we'll just have to wait and see. So with that, The Flash being off in a bad film, it had good enough characters and had good humor. It was an enjoyable film, but the plot, but with it being adapted from Flashpoint, and this being the very first Flash movie on the big screen, and also just the absolutely terrible visual effects, it just really brought it down for me, honestly. So I'll be honest, I was hopeful that this movie would be good after watching the trailers, but while it wasn't a really bad film, it honestly just wasn't very good either. So again, while it wasn't a bad movie, it could have been a lot better. So with that, I'm going to give The Flash a 5 out of 10. So with that, I'll see you guys next time, and bye.